Imagine the world beneath the waves, where sunlight shimmers in ribbons across the ocean floor and the water is alive with movement. In this tranquil blue expanse, dolphins glide effortlessly, their bodies streamlined for speed and grace. The ocean is their sanctuary, a place of mystery and wonder where every sound is softened and every movement is a dance. Here the dolphins move as if in a dream, weaving through the currents, their presence both calming and enigmatic. Suddenly, a sleek fin slices through the surface and a bottle-nosed dolphin emerges, its mouth curved in that unmistakable perpetual smile. The sight is mesmerizing, almost otherworldly. The dolphin's eyes glint with intelligence, and its expression seems to invite curiosity, yet it reveals nothing of the animal's true thoughts. For many, dolphins are the embodiment of playfulness and joy. They leap and spin, chasing each other through the waves, their movements synchronized in a ballet of speed and agility. Their clicks and whistles echo through the water, a language as complex as it is mysterious, hinting at a world of secrets hidden beneath the surface. But that iconic dolphin smile, it is not a window into their emotions. It is simply the way their jaws are shaped, a fixed expression that never changes, no matter what the dolphin is feeling. Behind that ever-present grin, a dolphin may be calm, curious, or even agitated. The truth is, their real feelings are hidden, locked away behind a mask that never slips. Beneath the friendly facade lies a formidable predator. Dolphins are equipped with rows of sharp teeth and can accelerate with astonishing speed. They are expert hunters capable of outmaneuvering fish, squid, and even small sharks. Their power is masked by their beauty, their strength by their grace. When dolphins hunt, their true nature emerges. Working together in perfect harmony, they corral schools of fish, driving them into tight balls before striking with precision. Their intelligence and teamwork are unmatched, and their tactics reveal a cunning that is rarely seen by outsiders. The line between play and aggression is often blurred in the dolphin world. What appears to be a game can quickly shift into a display of dominance or a test of strength. Dolphins can be unpredictable, their moods shifting with the tides, their actions guided by instincts honed over millions of years. In rare moments, the ocean bears witness to the aftermath of these encounters. Dolphins may bear scars from battles with rivals or predators, silent reminders of the dangers that lurk even in their seemingly peaceful world. These moments are seldom seen, but they are a testament to the wildness that lies beneath the surface. To truly understand dolphins, one must look beyond the smile and the playful leaps. Their world is complex, governed by rules and relationships that are still being unraveled by those who study them. Every encounter, every behavior is a clue to the secret lives they lead. The ocean is their domain, a realm of endless possibility and hidden danger. Here dolphins reign supreme, their lives unfolding in a world that is as beautiful as it is unpredictable. The stories that follow are not meant to frighten, but to reveal the truth behind the myth. By exploring the secretive nature of dolphins, we hope to inspire a deeper respect for these remarkable animals and the mysterious world they inhabit. In the vastness of the sea, dolphins are not alone. Orcas, the ocean's apex predators, move with silent authority through the deep. Their black and white forms cut through the water, commanding respect from all who share their realm. Orcas and dolphins sometimes cross paths, their interactions a dance of caution and curiosity. The orca's presence is a reminder that even the most skilled hunters must remain vigilant, for the balance of power in the ocean is ever shifting. Fish, too, play their part in this intricate tapestry. Schools of silvery bodies move as one, their synchronized turns a defense against the predators that stalk them. Dolphins study these movements, learning the patterns, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Sometimes the fish escape, vanishing into the blue. Other times the dolphin's patience and strategy are rewarded, and the hunt ends in a flurry of motion and bubbles. Orcas, too, are masters of strategy. They communicate with subtle clicks and calls, coordinating their movements with precision. Sometimes they hunt fish, using their immense size and power to herd their prey. Other times they pursue larger targets, their tactics shifting with the needs of the pod. The ocean is a place of constant adaptation, where every creature must learn to read the signs and anticipate the next move. In these waters, secrets abound. Dolphins keep their true intentions hidden, their alliances and rivalries known only to those who share their world. Orcas glide by, their gaze inscrutable, their motives a mystery. Fish dart and scatter, ever alert to the dangers that surround them. The ocean is a realm of whispers and shadows, where every life is shaped by the unseen currents of instinct and survival. To truly appreciate these extraordinary creatures, one must learn to observe with humility, to respect their boundaries, and to remember that the wild is never as tame as it appears. The smile of a dolphin hides 1,000 secrets, secrets that belong to the ocean alone. In 2022, the tranquil waters of Wasaka Bay, Japan, concealed a growing menace beneath their shimmering surface. The dawn brought no comfort to the fish that darted nervously through the shallows, nor to the distant orcas that patrolled the deeper blue, for a new force had claimed dominion over the bay. A solitary Indo-Pacific bottle-nosed dolphin began to dominate the bay, its presence marked by swift, unpredictable movements and a palpable tension in the water. Even the orcas, rulers of the open sea, kept their distance, wary of the dolphin's erratic energy. With a force rarely seen, the dolphin launched sudden attacks, ramming, biting, and chasing anything that entered its territory. Schools of fish, once moving in harmony, now scattered in frenzied bursts, their world upended by the relentless predator. The dolphin's aggression sent shock waves through the ecosystem, its reign of terror felt by every fin and scale. The bay's usual harmony shattered as marine life scattered, the dolphin's aggression transforming the once peaceful ecosystem into a realm of fear. Even the orcas, known for their own power, observed the turmoil with caution, their presence a silent reminder of the delicate balance now broken. The dolphin, marked by distinctive scars, patrolled its territory with relentless purpose. Its 2.5-meter frame moved with a confidence that left no doubt. This was a ruler forged by conflict. Fish cowered in crevices, and even the orcas, formidable in their own right, kept to the periphery, unwilling to challenge the new order. Its isolation was a mystery, unusual for such a social species, raising urgent questions among the bay's inhabitants. What could drive a dolphin to such extremes, to forsake the company of its kind and rule alone, enforcing its will on fish and orca alike? What darkness had taken hold beneath the surface, turning a creature of intelligence and grace into a force of terror? In the silent depths, the answer remained hidden, known only to the dolphins, the orcas, and the trembling fish of Wasaka Bay. What truly happens when a dolphin, an orca, or even a fish is left alone? This question has long intrigued marine biologists, as all three are celebrated for their unique forms of intelligence and social lives. Yet when isolation strikes, the consequences can be profound and deeply unsettling within their own kind. For dolphins, orcas, and even fish, loneliness is not just an emotional state, it is a disruption of their very way of life. Dolphins and orcas are wired for connection, relying on intricate social bonds for communication, hunting, and play. Fish, too, often depend on the safety and synchrony of their schools. When separated from their group, all three can experience a deep sense of loss, leading to behaviors rarely seen in the wild. In their natural environment, dolphins and orcas form tight-knit groups, each member playing a unique role. Fish, too, find safety in numbers, their movements choreographed in perfect unison. Isolation disrupts this balance, causing stress that can manifest as repetitive movements, frantic swimming, or even aggression toward other marine animals. The absence of social feedback leaves them disoriented, searching for the comfort of familiar calls, touches, or the gentle pressure of a school moving as one. Sometimes, in their longing for connection, dolphins and orcas may approach unfamiliar individuals of their own species or even other marine mammals. Fish, too, may attempt to join new schools, but their movements are often out of sync, their signals misunderstood. These encounters can be awkward or even tense as the normal social cues are missing or misread. What might be a playful gesture in a pod or a coordinated turn in a school can be misinterpreted as a threat or challenge when trust has not been established. Dolphins and orcas may display heightened excitement or agitation, their natural instincts seeking an outlet. Fish, too, may become restless, darting unpredictably or flashing warning colors. In the absence of their group, these behaviors can escalate, sometimes resulting in displays of dominance, frustration, or even aggression toward others. The social void leaves them vulnerable to confusion and emotional turmoil. Without the stabilizing presence of their group, their instincts can become misdirected. Natural behaviors, meant for social bonding, play, or courtship, may turn unpredictable or even aggressive when there is no one to reciprocate or respond appropriately. Fish may chase shadows, dolphins may vocalize into emptiness, and orcas may slap the water in frustration. The resulting aggression or defensive actions are not acts of malice, but rather the tragic outcome of misunderstanding and unmet needs. Dolphins, orcas, and fish, when deprived of their social world, struggle to interpret their surroundings, sometimes lashing out in confusion or fear. Each failed attempt at connection only deepens their frustration. The more they reach out, the more isolated they may feel, as their efforts are misunderstood or rebuffed by others in the ocean. Fish may be chased away by established schools, dolphins may be ignored by pods, and orcas may find their calls unanswered. The lesson from these stories is clear. Loneliness and misunderstanding can have profound effects on even the most intelligent and social marine animals. Their emotional lives are complex, and their need for companionship is as vital as food or shelter. Even the smallest fish, when left alone, can become lost in the vastness of the sea, their instincts faltering without the guidance of the group. In the end, neither dolphins nor orcas nor fish are inherently aggressive or cruel. When isolated, they are simply lost, powerful, intelligent, or delicate beings yearning for connection in a world that suddenly feels empty and strange. Their stories remind us of the deep bonds that shape life beneath the waves, and the silent suffering that can arise when those bonds are broken. To truly grasp the essence of dolphin behavior, we must attempt to immerse ourselves in their world, a world defined by senses and perceptions far beyond our own. Dolphins navigate their vast oceanic realm through a symphony of sight, sound, and the remarkable power of echolocation, each sense weaving together a tapestry of information that shapes their every decision. Their reality is fluid, ever-changing, and demands constant vigilance and adaptability. But dolphins are not alone in this world. Orcas, the ocean's formidable hunters, and the ever-present schools of fish each play a role in the intricate mental landscape of a wild dolphin. Within the intricate social fabric of a dolphin pod, intelligence flourishes. Dolphins are not only capable of complex thought, but also of deep emotion and self-awareness. Their lives are marked by empathy, cooperation, and the forging of bonds that can last a lifetime. The pod is a living network of relationships where each member learns to interpret subtle cues, resolve conflicts, and share in moments of joy or sorrow. Yet the presence of orcas, sometimes allies, sometimes rivals, adds another layer of complexity. Dolphins must constantly assess the intentions of these powerful neighbors, reading the water for signs of threat or opportunity. Social learning is at the heart of dolphin society. Young dolphins observe and imitate their elders, absorbing lessons about communication, play, and the boundaries of acceptable behavior. Through playful chases, gentle touches, and shared experiences, they come to understand the unwritten rules that govern pod life. These lessons are vital, ensuring harmony and mutual respect within the group. Meanwhile, orcapods echoed this dynamic, with matriarchs leading and teaching, their own social codes shaping the next generation. Fish, too, learn from the movements of their school, responding to the shifting signals of danger and safety. Yet the solitary dolphin faces a different reality. Without the guidance and companionship of the pod, its actions are shaped by instinct and the immediate demands of survival. Isolation can lead to heightened alertness, unpredictable behavior, and a reliance on raw, unfiltered responses to the world around it. A lone orca, too, must rely on its own cunning, navigating the vastness with a mind sharpened by solitude. A single fish, separated from its school, becomes a study in anxiety and quick decisions, every movement a calculation for survival. Play is a language all its own among dolphins. A nudge, a playful bite, or a sudden burst of speed are ways to communicate, test boundaries, and strengthen social ties. These behaviors, honed over countless generations, are essential for building trust and understanding within the pod. Orcas, too, engage in spirited play, tossing seaweed, breaching and chasing one another, reinforcing bonds and practicing the skills of the hunt. Even fish in their own way dart and swirl in playful patterns, learning the rhythms of the school. The physicality of dolphin interactions is shaped by their robust, rubbery skin, evolved to endure the rough and tumble of social play and the occasional nip from a companion. This resilience allows for a dynamic range of contact, from gentle caresses to spirited tussles, all part of the rich tapestry of dolphin life. Orcas, with their thick, scarred hides, bear the marks of both play and conflict, each scar a story. Fish, though more fragile, rely on speed and agility, their bodies built for the constant press of the school. Beneath their playful exterior lies the heart of a hunter. Dolphins are apex predators, masters of their domain, capable of swift, decisive action. Their intelligence is matched by their power, and their instincts are finely tuned to the rhythms of the sea, alert to opportunity, challenge, and the ever-present need to survive. Orcas, the ocean's ultimate strategists, hunt in coordinated teams, using cunning and communication to outwit even the cleverest prey. For fish, every day is a test of awareness and speed, their minds attuned to the slightest ripple of danger. In the wild, every encounter is a negotiation of space and intent. Dolphins are acutely aware of their surroundings, sensitive to the approach of others, and quick to assert their boundaries when necessary. Orcas, with their imposing presence, command respect and caution. Fish, ever vigilant, move as one, their collective mind a shield against the predators that stalk them. The ocean is a stage for constant communication, where signals are given and received in an unending dance of understanding and response. The wisdom of the pod is passed down through generations, a living legacy of knowledge and instinct. Each dolphin carries within it the lessons of its ancestors, shaping its actions and reactions in ways both subtle and profound. Orcas, too, rely on the guidance of elders, their traditions and hunting techniques refined over centuries. Even among fish, the oldest and wisest lead the way, their experience a beacon for the school. This collective memory is the foundation of survival and the key to enduring success in the ocean. To understand the mind of a wild dolphin is to glimpse a consciousness both familiar and foreign, a mind shaped by the endless blue, by the bonds of kinship, and by the ever-present dance between play and power. In their world, every gesture has meaning, every interaction a purpose, and every moment is a testament to the complexity and wonder of life beneath the waves. Alongside them, orcas and fish weave their own stories, each mind a reflection of the ocean's boundless mystery. The ocean is home to some of the most extraordinary gentle giants, creatures whose size and strength are matched only by their grace and intelligence. Orcas, often called killer whales, glide through the water with a quiet power. Despite their reputation as apex predators, wild orcas are majestic and surprisingly gentle, moving in close-knit pods that echo with complex calls and songs. Their hunts are displays of intelligence and teamwork, not mindless aggression. Each pod has its own traditions, unique hunting techniques, dialects, and even games passed down through generations. Dolphins, too, are gentle giants in their own right. They are known for their playful nature, often seen surfing waves or spinning through the air. But beneath the surface they form deep social bonds and protect one another from danger. Even the great schools of fish, though smaller than orcas or dolphins, move as a single living entity, each individual playing its part in the safety and harmony of the group. Within these families, knowledge is passed down: how to hunt, how to play, how to survive. Calves learn from their elders, and the wisdom of the pod becomes a living legacy. In the wild, these gentle giants, orca, dolphin, and fish, move through their world with a quiet dignity, shaping the ocean's story with every leap, every song, every shimmering turn. Their grace and power are a testament to the beauty and mystery of the ocean, a world where strength and gentleness exist side by side, and every creature plays its part in the great symphony of life. In the wild, orcas, dolphins, and even the largest fish are rulers of their realms, majestic, powerful, and bound by the rhythms of the open sea. Their days are filled with the thrill of the hunt, the comfort of their pods, and the endless expanse of water stretching beyond the horizon. But captivity changes everything. The vast world shrinks to a few meters of concrete and glass, the freedom to roam, to choose, to belong, gone. For orcas, dolphins, and fish alike, the stress of confinement builds slowly, quietly, until something inside them breaks. Sometimes the pressure becomes too much. An orca, once calm and social, may suddenly lash out, snapping at a tankmate, ramming the walls, or thrashing in frustration. A dolphin, usually playful and gentle, might turn on a companion, biting or chasing in a burst of pent-up energy. Even a giant fish, silent and slow, can erupt, charging at the glass, nipping at tankmates, or refusing to eat. These rare moments of aggression are not acts of malice, but desperate cries for help. Deprived of space to roam and the comfort of their pod, these giants develop neurotic behaviors. Orcas may bite at the bars, swim in endless circles, or float listlessly, their spirits eroded by isolation. Dolphins, too, begin to show signs of distress, rubbing their bodies raw against the walls, refusing food, or swimming in tight, anxious loops. Even the largest fish, used to the open sea, become shadows of themselves, hiding, pacing, or lashing out in confusion. Families are torn apart. Calves are separated from mothers, and strangers from distant oceans are forced together, creating tension and confusion. The harmony of the wild is replaced by conflict and loneliness. Dolphins, orcas, and fish all feel the loss, all sense the fracture in their world. When aggression erupts, it is a desperate response, a silent scream from a creature denied everything that makes life meaningful. The orcas thrash, the dolphins bite, the fishes charge. Each is a moment when the giant snaps, unable to bear the weight of captivity any longer. Forced to perform, confined to barren enclosures, these giants endure a daily routine that chips away at their well-being. The rare moments when they snap are not about dominance, but about suffering, a breaking point reached in silence. The scars, the isolation, the repetitive movements, these are the marks of captivity. When giants snap, whether orca, dolphin, or fish, it is not out of killer instinct, but out of heartbreak and psychological collapse. In these moments, the true cost of captivity is revealed, not in violence, but in the silent suffering of the ocean's greatest beings. In the dazzling world of marine entertainment, the price paid by its stars, dolphins, orcas, and even the smallest fish, remains hidden behind the glass. Their stories are not told in applause, but in the silent language of longing and loss. Torn from the wild, orcas like Tilikum and dolphins like Echo are thrust into a world of concrete and glass. The endless circles they swim are silent echoes of the vast oceans they once called home. For fish, the world shrinks to a few feet, a far cry from the reefs and currents they instinctively seek. Each day, orcas and dolphins perform under blinding lights, their natural grace reduced to rehearsed tricks. The roar of the crowd is a poor substitute for the calls of their pods. Fish, too, are displayed for amusement, their vibrant colours dulled by stress and confinement. Behind the glass, their eyes reveal a deep sorrow. The aggression of an orca, the listlessness of a dolphin, the fading colours of a fish. These are not acts of malice or weakness, but the desperate language of creatures denied their freedom. Born into captivity, some dolphins and fish know only the confines of tanks and the monotony of rehearsed routines. Their world is a stage, never the open sea or the living reef. Orcas, dolphins, and fish endure isolation, their complex social needs unmet, their natural instincts stifled by barriers and solitude. The bonds they would form in the wild are replaced by loneliness and confusion. In the wild, orcas travel with their families, dolphins leap through endless waves, and fish weave through vibrant reefs. In captivity, these natural wonders are replaced by monotony and confinement. The empty tanks and silent arenas stand as monuments to the cost paid by these animals. Lives spent in confinement, far from the wild, their spirits dimmed by captivity. The stories of Tilikum, Echo, and countless unnamed fish are a stark reminder the true price of entertainment is measured in lost freedom, broken spirits, and the silent suffering of the animals themselves. The difference between wild and captive orca, dolphin, and fish behavior is deeply rooted in the biology of stress. In the vast, ever-changing ocean, these animals are sculpted by millions of years of evolution to respond to danger and challenge with precision. In the wild, stress is a fleeting visitor. For orcas, dolphins, and fish, it might be the sudden shadow of a predator, a powerful storm, or the chase for a meal. Their bodies surge with adrenaline and cortisol, priming muscles for action, sharpening senses, and fueling escape. But as soon as the threat passes, their physiology returns to calm and balance is restored. In captivity, stress is no longer a brief surge. It becomes a constant, inescapable force. Orcas and dolphins are confined to small, artificial spaces, bombarded by unending noise, and forced into social groupings that defy their instincts. Fish, too, are trapped in glass boxes, exposed to unnatural light, vibrations, and the absence of shelter. These unnatural conditions trigger a relentless cascade of stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline coursing through their bodies day after day. For fish, chronic stress can suppress immune function, dull colors, and disrupt normal behaviors. Scientific studies reveal that both captive orcas and dolphins exhibit persistently high cortisol levels, a biological marker of ongoing distress. Fish, too, show elevated stress hormones, their bodies locked in a state of constant alert. Over time, the emotional centers of their brains are altered by this relentless environment. Neural pathways associated with fear and anxiety become dominant, making outbursts and abnormal behaviors more likely. In fish, chronic stress can even shrink brain regions responsible for learning and memory, leaving them less able to adapt or thrive. Aggression and self-harm in captivity are not choices. They are symptoms of profound suffering, the mind's response to an environment it cannot escape. For fish, this can mean attacking tank mates, refusing food, or simply fading away. The tank confines not just the body, but the mind, creating a pressure cooker of frustration and despair for orcas, dolphins, and fish alike. Their world shrinks to walls and glass, their instincts denied at every turn. The violence and abnormal behaviors observed are not mysteries. They are the inevitable result of a life that violates every natural instinct. For orcas, dolphins, and fish, captivity is a scientific testament to the cost of stress, a silent suffering written in their bodies and minds. In the vast blue wilderness, the ocean's titans, dolphins, orcas, and even the smallest fish navigate a world of constant movement, silent signals, and unspoken rules. Their survival depends on reading each other's cues, respecting boundaries, and knowing when to approach and when to retreat. Dolphins and orcas, with their sharp intelligence and social bonds, communicate through clicks, whistles, and body language. A flick of a tail, a sudden leap, or a burst of bubbles can mean stay away or danger is near. Fish, too, have their own language, flashing silver as they turn in unison, warning each other of predators. When a pod of dolphins senses a threat, they tighten their formation, moving as one. Orcas, the ocean's apex hunters, signal with deep calls and synchronized movements. Fish respond instantly, shifting direction in a shimmering wave, always alert to the giants above and below. Agitation is clear in the marine world. A dolphin's rapid tail slap, an orca's abrupt turn, or a fish's frantic dash all signal stress or a need for space. These warnings are respected, ignored at one's peril. When a dolphin or orca approaches a school of fish, the fish remain still, blending into the reef, or scatter in a flash. The giants move with purpose, but rarely with malice. Each encounter is a negotiation, a dance of distance and intent. In confined spaces, tension rises. Dolphins and orcas may circle restlessly, their movements tight and anxious. Fish, too, sense the walls closing in, their natural escape routes gone. In these moments, every creature is on edge, alert to the smallest sign of aggression or fear. Group behavior is a shield. Orcas cluster to protect their young, dolphins leap in unison to confuse predators, and fish form living walls, each individual relying on the group for safety. When the pod or school moves quickly, it's a sign. Danger is near and caution is needed. Isolation is unnatural for these creatures. Alone, a dolphin may become withdrawn, an orca restless, a fish listless. Abnormal behaviors, repetitive swimming, sudden aggression, or eerie stillness are silent cries for help, reminders that their world is built on connection. Repetitive or erratic swimming is a universal sign of stress. In the wild, these movements are rare. Here they are warnings, signals to keep away, to respect the invisible boundaries that keep peace in the ocean. Observation is the safest path. Dolphins, orcas, and fish all watch each other from afar, learning, adapting, and surviving by keeping a respectful distance. Their world is one of silent understanding, where the greatest wisdom is knowing when to watch and when to move on. The most rewarding moments come not from intrusion, but from witnessing these titans in their element, free, wild, and unafraid. Their safety, and ours, depends on respect for the rhythms of the sea. In the end, the ocean's greatest lesson is clear. Awe, respect, and distance are the keys to harmony. By honoring the signals of dolphins, orcas, and even the smallest fish, we become part of the story, silent witnesses to the dance of the marine titans. In the endless blue, every creature knows its place. Safety is found in understanding, and the ocean's titans thrive when their world is left undisturbed. Beneath the waves, dolphins and orcas inhabit realms defined by intricate social hierarchies, where every movement and gesture carries meaning. These marine mammals form societies as complex as any on land, governed by alliances, rivalries, and ever-shifting roles. Within these underwater communities, every individual has a story, a place in the ever-evolving tapestry of pod life. In dolphin pods, hierarchies are established through subtle gestures, synchronized swimming, and even cooperative hunting. A flick of a fin, a perfectly timed leap, or a coordinated chase can signal respect, challenge, or unity. Friendships are forged and broken, with individuals forming alliances to gain status or access to mates. Within the pod, smaller cliques emerge, tight-knit groups that share secrets, defend each other, and sometimes plot to outmaneuver rivals. Some dolphins work together to outsmart rivals, while others use playful antics to strengthen bonds within the group. Play is more than fun. It is a rehearsal for the challenges of leadership and survival. Orcas, or killer whales, take social complexity to another level. Their pods are not just families, but dynasties, with traditions passed down through generations. Their family groups, known as pods, are matrilineal, led by the oldest female. She is the keeper of knowledge, guiding her descendants through the shifting seascape, teaching them where to hunt and how to survive. Within these pods, every member has a place, from nurturing calves to coordinating hunts. Calves learn by watching their elders, mimicking their movements, and absorbing the unwritten rules of pod life. Pods often join with others to form larger clans, sharing unique vocal dialects that act as cultural signatures. These dialects are more than sounds, they are the voices of ancestry echoing through the water. Rivalries between clans can last generations, with alliances shifting as food sources change and new leaders emerge. When pods meet, the ocean becomes a stage for displays of power, strategy, and sometimes uneasy truces. Communication is constant. Clicks, whistles, and body language form a silent language that binds the group. A single whistle can summon allies, while a series of clicks can warn of danger or signal the start of a hunt. Loyalty runs deep, but so does competition. Tensions simmer beneath the surface as individuals vie for influence, affection, or a chance to lead. A young male dolphin may challenge an elder for dominance, while orca siblings might compete for their mother's attention. These contests are rarely violent, but they shape the future of the pod. In these underwater societies, power is not absolute. Leadership is earned and tested, sometimes shifting with the tides or the arrival of a new generation. Status can change in an instant, shaped by intelligence, cooperation, and the unpredictable tides of the ocean. A single act of bravery or a clever strategy can elevate an individual standing overnight. It is a world where survival depends not just on strength, but on belonging. The pod is both shield and school, a place where the young are protected and the old are revered. Here, in the vast blue, dolphins and orcas reveal the complexity of their minds, not only as individuals but as members of families, pods, and nations of the sea. Their hierarchies are living stories written in the currents and sung in the language of the deep. In the vast and mysterious ocean, communication is both an art and a science. For dolphins and orcas, their sophisticated vocalizations and body language are the threads that weave the fabric of their social lives. Dolphins are known for their impressive repertoire of sounds. Clicks, whistles, and burst pulses form a complex language that scientists are only beginning to decode. These sounds are not random. Each has a specific purpose. Clicks are often used for echolocation, allowing dolphins to see with sound in the murky depths. Whistles, on the other hand, serve as personal signatures, unique to each individual, much like a human name. Burst pulses can communicate urgency or aggression, signaling a range of emotions from excitement to warning, but sound is only part of the story. Dolphins also use body language to communicate. A slap of the tail on the water can be a sign of irritation, while synchronized swimming displays unity and cooperation. Leaps and spins above the surface are not just playful antics. They can also be strategic signals to coordinate group movements or hunting tactics. Orcas, or killer whales, elevate this communication to another level. Each pod has its own dialect, a unique set of vocalizations that distinguishes it from others. These dialects are so distinct that they act as cultural markers passed down through generations. Communication in orcas is not just about immediate needs, it's about preserving the identity and cohesion of the pod. Orcas use a variety of sounds, including clicks, whistles, and calls, that can travel long distances underwater. These sounds help them coordinate complex hunting strategies, often involving multiple pod members working together in perfect harmony. Body language is equally important. A gentle nudge can be a sign of affection, while a breach or spy hop might indicate curiosity or alertness. Fish, too, have their own ways of communicating. Many species of fish use bioluminescence to send signals in the dark depths of the ocean. Color changes can indicate mood, readiness to mate, or even serve as a warning to potential predators. Some fish produce sounds by grinding their teeth or using their swim bladders, adding another layer to their communication toolkit. It is through their intricate vocalizations and body language that dolphins, orcas, and fish navigate the challenges of their environment, maintain social bonds, and pass on their rich cultural heritage. In this underwater world, where survival depends on cooperation and understanding, communication is the key. As we continue to study these remarkable creatures, we gain not only insights into their lives, but also a deeper appreciation for the complexity and beauty of communication in the deep. Beneath the waves, survival is a game of strategy. And for dolphins and orcas, teamwork is everything. In the vast blue, every hunt is a test of intelligence, coordination, and trust. These marine predators are not lone hunters. While a solitary dolphin or orca may glide through the water, it is within the pod that their true power emerges. Communication pulses through the water, clicks, whistles, and body language weaving a tapestry of signals. Each member knows their role, responding instantly to subtle cues. Dolphins are masters of coordination. Their pods move as one, twisting and turning in perfect harmony, each dolphin anticipating the next move. In the wild, they often employ a method known as herding. A pod will spot a shimmering school of fish and silently fan out, encircling their prey. The dolphins tighten their formation, driving the fish closer and closer together. Panic ripples through the school as the fish are forced into a dense, swirling bait ball. Then, with breathtaking precision, dolphins take turns lunging through the mass. Each dolphin grabs a mouthful of fish while the rest maintain the circle, ensuring no prey escapes. In shallow waters, dolphins display another ingenious tactic. Using their tails, they whip up clouds of mud, forming perfect rings on the seafloor. Fish, confused and trapped within the murky corral, leap into the air, straight into the waiting jaws of the dolphins. Orcas, the apex predators of the ocean, elevate cooperative hunting to an art form. Their pods are tight-knit families, each member playing a vital part in the hunt. Over generations, orca pods develop specialized techniques, each passed down from elders to the young. These hunting traditions are as unique as the pods themselves. In the frozen Arctic, a pod of orcas approaches a floating ice floe. With perfect timing, they swim in unison, generating powerful waves that rock the ice. A startled seal slides into the water where the orcas await. In temperate seas, orcas use their muscular tails to deliver stunning blows to schools of fish. A single slap can send dozens of fish spiraling, dazed and easy to catch. Sometimes orcas work together to herd herring into tight, shimmering balls. The fish, desperate to escape, cluster ever closer, but the orca's wall is impenetrable. With a sudden burst of speed, an orca slaps the ball of fish with its tail, stunning several at once. The pod feasts, each member taking their share. These hunting strategies are more than just a means to an end. They are rituals of trust, communication and learning, binding the pod together. Young dolphins and orcas watch intently, mimicking the adults, practicing the moves that will one day ensure their survival. Every hunt is a lesson, every mistake a chance to improve. When the hunt is over, the pod shares the spoils. Food is passed from mouth to mouth, and the group celebrates with leaps and calls, a shared victory echoing through the water. By working together, dolphins and orcas transform the hunt from a solitary struggle into a symphony of precision and cooperation. Each movement is choreographed, each role essential. Their teamwork is a testament to the power of social bonds in the animal kingdom, a reminder that, in the ocean, unity can mean the difference between feast and famine. Even the fish, in their desperate attempts to evade capture, move as one, swirling and shifting in a last-ditch effort to survive. In these underwater dramas, every creature plays its part, and the dance of predator and prey continues endlessly beneath the waves. The ocean is a world in constant motion, a realm shaped by shifting tides, fluctuating temperatures, and ever-changing currents. Every ripple, every surge, and every subtle shift in the water's chemistry sets the stage for a drama that unfolds beneath the surface, unseen by human eyes. For dolphins and orcas, these environmental changes are more than just background noise. They are powerful forces that shape every aspect of their lives. Each day, these animals must read the ocean signals, adjusting their movements and behaviors in response to the world around them. When ocean temperatures rise, entire schools of fish, herring, sardines, and mackerel begin their silent migration, seeking cooler, safer waters. Dolphins, ever alert, sense the change in the water's warmth and the shifting patterns of their prey. They follow, sometimes traveling hundreds of miles, weaving through unfamiliar territories, learning new hunting grounds as they go. Orcas, too, must adapt, their hunting strategies evolving as their favored prey, salmon, seals, or even large fish, move to new regions. In some regions, warming waters can lead to food scarcity, pushing pods to travel greater distances or alter their diets. A dolphin pod, once thriving in a rich bay, may find themselves in a barren expanse, forced to split up or take risks in search of sustenance. Orcas, faced with dwindling numbers of their preferred prey, may turn to new hunting techniques, cooperating in silence, using stealth, or even targeting different species. Changes in salinity caused by melting ice or increased rainfall ripple through the food web. Fish, sensitive to even the slightest shift in salt content, may scatter or gather in dense schools, their movements unpredictable. Dolphins and orcas must track these changes, using their acute senses to locate prey in waters that are suddenly unfamiliar. Even in the absence of humans, the ocean is never silent. But in recent times, a new kind of noise has entered the marine world. The hum of distant engines, the clang of metal, and the persistent drone of sonar can travel for miles underwater. For dolphins and orcas, whose lives depend on sound, these noises are more than a nuisance. They are obstacles that can mask the subtle clicks and whistles used for communication and echolocation. In murky waters where vision is limited, sound becomes the lifeline. Dolphins call out to one another, their voices echoing through the gloom, while orcas huddle close, relying on low-frequency calls to coordinate their movements. But when the ocean is filled with foreign noise, these calls are lost and the pod's unity is threatened. The health of the ocean itself is a silent but powerful force. In places where pollution clouds the water and coral reefs die, the entire ecosystem shifts. Fish populations dwindle or move away, leaving dolphins and orcas to search ever farther for food. The balance between predator and prey is disrupted, and the ancient rhythms of the sea are thrown into chaos. As fish become scarce, competition intensifies. Dolphins may find themselves racing rival pods for a dwindling school of fish, their playful chases turning into desperate pursuits. Orcas, once rulers of their domain, may be forced to share hunting grounds with other pods, leading to tense standoffs and shifting alliances. In extreme cases, the stress of environmental change can lead to unusual behaviors. Dolphins may venture dangerously close to shore, risking stranding in their search for food. Orcas might alter their migration routes, appearing in places where they have never been seen before. Some display signs of agitation, erratic swimming, sudden bursts of speed, or even aggression toward other marine life. Yet, even in the face of adversity, these creatures are nothing if not resilient. Dolphins leap and play, strengthening social bonds that help them survive. Orcas move in perfect synchrony, their unity a shield against the unpredictable world around them. Through adaptation and ingenuity, dolphins and orcas continue to navigate the challenges of a changing ocean. They invent new hunting techniques, learn from one another, and pass down knowledge through generations, ensuring the survival of their kind. Their ability to adjust to new conditions is a testament to their intelligence and the profound influence of environment on behavior beneath the waves. Even the smallest fish, darting through the currents, is part of this intricate dance. Each life shaped by the ever-changing ocean, each behavior a response to the world they call home. In the endless blue, where sunlight dances on the waves and shadows drift in the deep, legends are born, not from human lips, but from the voices of the ocean's own children. Imagine the tales whispered from one fin to another, stories seen through the eyes of dolphins, orcas, and the countless fish that share their world. In the coral-ringed shallows, dolphins tell of the time when the moon first called them to leap, their silver bodies arcing through the night, guiding lost fish shoals back to safety. Their songs, echoing through the water, are not just beacons of hope, but ancient melodies, each note a memory, each click a promise passed down through generations. From a dolphin's perspective, the world is a tapestry of sound and motion. Currents swirling with secrets, the thrill of the chase, the shimmer of scales as fish dart and weave. The hunt is a dance, a story retold with every surge and swerve as dolphins and orcas move in perfect harmony, their movements a language older than memory. Leaping into sunlight, dolphins celebrate victories and mourn losses, their joy and sorrow rippling through the pod, felt by every heart. The bonds that tie them are woven from shared stories, of storms weathered, of predators evaded, of calves born beneath the watchful gaze of the pod. Acts of kindness and courage become legends among dolphins, retold in gentle touches and playful games, their meaning clear to all who listen. In the shadowy depths, orcas are the keepers of ancient wisdom. Their legends speak of the matriarchs, giants of memory, who lead their families through ice and storm. In the cold northern seas, orcas are revered as rulers of the deep, their presence commanding awe and respect from all who cross their path. The matriarch's wisdom is a living legend, her knowledge passed from fin to fin, guiding the pod through shifting ice and swirling currents. Calves listen to tales of great hunts and narrow escapes, learning the silent pacts between hunter and hunted, the balance that keeps the ocean in harmony. Each hunt is a story of strategy and skill, a lesson in patience and power, remembered in the movements of the pod. Even the fish have their own legends, of dolphins who shielded them from danger, of orcas whose shadows meant both fear and respect, of the great migrations that shaped their destinies. Beneath the surface, these stories swirl like currents, tales of transformation, of shape-shifters and guardians, of messengers who carry secrets from reef to reef. Every leap, every call, every synchronized movement is a verse in the ocean's epic, a living myth retold with each new dawn. The teamwork of dolphins, the cunning of orcas, the swirling schools of fish, all are chapters in a saga of survival, resilience, and wonder. In the mysterious blue, where light fades and silence reigns, the greatest stories are still unfolding, tales yet untold, mysteries yet unsolved. These legends are not just echoes of the past, but living voices carried in the clicks of dolphins, the songs of orcas, the shimmering schools of fish. They are the living myths of the ocean, written in the language of movement, sound, and light. Their stories are etched in the rolling waves, whispered in the hush of the deep, and remembered by every creature that calls the sea home. In this world without humans, the legends of dolphins, orcas, and fish endure, timeless, ever-changing, and forever part of the ocean's soul. Beneath the shimmering surface, dolphins and orcas glide through a world that is changing in ways they cannot see, yet feel with every movement. Their home, once boundless and teeming with life, is now a labyrinth of hidden dangers. The ocean's currents, once pure highways for migrating fish and playful calves, now carry silent invaders, plastic fragments, drifting nets, and invisible toxins. These foreign objects swirl through the water, tangling with seaweed, catching on fins, and clouding the clarity of the deep. Plastics break down into tiny shards, mistaken for food by fish and swallowed by dolphins. Chemical runoff seeps into the sea, poisoning the smallest plankton and working its way up the food chain. Fish, once abundant, now struggle to survive in tainted waters, their bodies marked by the scars of pollution. Dolphins and orcas, apex hunters, find their meals laced with invisible threats, weakening their young and sickening the old. Climate change stirs the ocean's heart. Waters warm, currents shift, and storms grow fiercer. The delicate balance that once guided migrations and hunting grounds is thrown into chaos. Fish scatter, seeking cooler depths or vanishing altogether. Dolphins and orcas, once able to find prey with ease, must now travel farther, dive deeper, and spend precious energy in search of a single meal. The young grow hungry and the old tire more quickly. In the far north, melting ice shatters ancient migration routes. Orcas and dolphins, guided by memory and echo, find their paths blocked by broken flows and open water. The rhythm of their journeys, passed down through generations, is lost in the shifting landscape. The ocean, once a realm of song and silence, is now filled with a constant hum. The distant rumble of engines, the relentless pounding of drilling, and the clatter of passing vessels drown out the subtle calls that dolphins and orcas use to find each other and hunt. Their voices, once able to travel for miles, are lost in a sea of noise, fraying the bonds of family and pod. Every day these marine titans face dangers they cannot see or understand. Fish, too, are caught in the struggle, dodging pollution, fleeing warming waters, and evading predators whose patterns have changed. Yet in the face of these challenges, dolphins leap through the surf, orcas hunt in perfect synchrony, and fish dart in shimmering schools. They adapt, communicate, and persist, their resilience tested by forces beyond their control. The threats are vast, the obstacles immense, but the spirit of these creatures endures. Each leap, each call, each hunt is a testament to their will to survive. The ocean's future is uncertain, its wildest voices echoing through the blue. In every ripple, every echo, every breath drawn beneath the waves, the story of survival continues. Written not by humans but by the dolphins, orcas, and fish who call the ocean home. Across the vast blue expanse, a silent signal stirs beneath the waves. It is time. Dolphins gather in sleek, glimmering pods, their bodies slicing through the water in perfect unison. Orcas, black and white shadows, drift together in family groups, their calls echoing like ancient songs. The ocean's invisible highways awaken, guiding these marine wanderers on epic migrations, journeys shaped by instinct, memory, and the pulse of the sea. For dolphins, migration is a dance with the seasons. As the sun warms the surface, schools of fish shimmer and multiply, drawing pods toward rich feeding grounds. Mothers and calves travel side by side, weaving through kelp forests and along rugged coastlines. They follow the shifting tides and the subtle changes in water temperature, guided by echoes of distant calls and the taste of salt on the current. Sometimes their journey spans hundreds of miles, across open ocean, past coral reefs, and into sheltered bays where the young can rest and play. Orcas, too, are travellers of legend. Some clans trace long, looping paths along the edges of continents, shadowing the migrations of their favourite prey, salmon, herring, or even other whales. Others patrol icy polar waters, waiting for the return of seals and fish that gather as the seasons change. Each pod's route is a tapestry of tradition, passed down from mother to calf in a language of clicks, whistles, and leaps. Together they navigate by memory and sound, each journey linking past, present, and future. Beneath them, fish move in vast, swirling clouds, migrating with the tides and the moon's pull. Sardines and anchovies sweep along the coast in shimmering rivers, pursued by dolphins and orcas, in a thrilling chase. Tuna and mackerels slip through deeper waters, their bodies tuned to the faintest changes in current and temperature. For these fish, migration is survival, a race to find food, escape predators, and spawn the next generation. In this ever-changing world, the paths of dolphins, orcas, and fish intertwine in a timeless ballet. They cross open seas and hidden valleys, guided by the ocean's ancient rhythms. Their journeys are perilous, Storms, shifting currents, and hungry mouths wait along every route. Yet every leap and dive is a step in a story as old as the sea itself. As the seasons turn, the great migrations begin anew. The ocean's travellers set forth, guided by instinct, memory, and the promise of what lies beyond the horizon. Their journeys shape the life of the sea, connecting distant shores and weaving together the fate of all who call the ocean home. Beneath the rolling waves, a silent drama unfolds, a daily contest between hunger and survival. For dolphins and orcas, every journey across the ocean is shaped by the search for food, a pursuit that demands intelligence, teamwork, and extraordinary senses. Dolphins are agile opportunists, their diets as varied as the seas they roam. In teeming shoals they herd schools of fish, mackerel, sardines, and anchovies, driving them into swirling balls with bursts of speed and dazzling acrobatics. With quick, precise turns, dolphins dart through the chaos, snatching fish in mid-swim. Sometimes they employ a clever tactic known as fish-whacking, using their tails to stun prey before swallowing it whole. In shallow bays, dolphins hunt for squid and crustaceans, probing the sandy seafloor with clicks and echolocation, uncovering hidden morsels missed by other predators. Orcas, the ocean's apex hunters, are masters of adaptation. Their diets shift with the seasons and the traditions of their pods. Some specialize in hunting fish, salmon, herring, and tuna, herding them into tight balls before lunging through the mass with jaws agape. Others, known as transient orcas, target larger prey, seals, sea lions, and even whales. These orcas hunt with silent precision, coordinating attacks with subtle gestures and vocal signals. A well-timed surge, a powerful tail slap, and the hunt is over, another meal for the pod. Fish, too, are players in this endless banquet. Sardines and anchovies gather in vast, shimmering schools, their movements synchronized in a dazzling ballet of survival. When predators strike, the school splits and reforms in an instant, a living shield against hungry mouths. Mackerel and tuna, built for speed, dart through the open ocean, relying on agility and instinct to evade pursuit. Every meal is a test, a contest of wits, speed, and endurance. Dolphins and orcas refine their strategies, learning from each hunt and passing down secrets from one generation to the next. Fish evolve new defenses, their lives shaped by the constant threat of being eaten. In the deep, where sunlight fades and shadows reign, the banquet continues, silent, swift, and unending. Here every creature is both hunter and hunted, woven into an ancient web of life beneath the waves. In the vast, dim corridors of the ocean, vision fades, but another sense reigns supreme: sound. For dolphins and orcas, the world is painted in echoes, a realm where every click, whistle, and pulse weaves a tapestry of information invisible to the naked eye. Dolphins, with their sleek forms and agile minds, are maestros of echolocation. They emit rapid-fire clicks that travel through the water, bouncing off objects and prey before returning as whispers of shape, size, and distance. In the darkness, a school of fish appears not as a blur of movement, but as a constellation of echoes, each fish's scales and bones reflecting sound in unique patterns. With practiced precision, dolphins interpret these echoes, building a mental map of their surroundings, even detecting a hidden fish buried in sand or a faint heartbeat fluttering in a shoal. Orcas, too, wield sound as both a weapon and a guide. Their powerful clicks pulse through the depths, probing the gloom for seals beneath ice floes or fish huddled in the safety of the deep. A single click can travel for miles, returning with news of distant prey or lurking rivals. In the silent ballet of the hunt, orcas communicate with low rumbles and high-pitched whistles, coordinating their movements with flawless timing, each sound a signal, each silence a tactic. But sound is not just for the hunters. Fish, ever wary, have evolved keen senses of their own. Sardines and mackerel detect the subtle vibrations of approaching predators, their bodies shivering in anticipation. When the clicks of a dolphin or the pulses of an orca ripple through the water, the school reacts, turning, twisting, reforming in a shimmering wall of confusion, hoping to slip away unseen, unheard. In this world of echoes, survival depends not just on speed or strength, but on the mastery of sound. Every click and call is a thread in the ancient dialogue of the deep, a language older than words, spoken and understood by those who call the ocean home. Here, in the abyss, sound is sight, and silence can mean the difference between life and death. Beneath the rolling waves, where sunlight dances in fleeting patterns, life is not lived alone. For dolphins and orcas, the ocean is a tapestry of relationships woven from loyalty, learning, and love. Their societies are intricate, their bonds unbreakable. Among dolphins, the pod is everything. These close-knit families are formed through birth and choice, a network of mothers, calves, siblings, and lifelong friends. Calves are born into a chorus of whistles, greeted by gentle nudges and protective circles. Mothers never swim alone. Aunts and older siblings help guide the young, teaching them to hunt, play, and navigate the endless blue. Friendships bloom, some lasting a lifetime. Dolphins form alliances, working together to defend against rivals or herd elusive prey. Each member knows the unique whistle of another, a signature call, echoing through the water, names spoken in sound, remembered through years and tides. Orcas, the mighty rulers of the sea, live by the laws of the matriarch. In their pods, family lines stretch back generations, led by the wisdom of the oldest female. Her knowledge of hunting grounds, migration routes, and dangers guides her descendants. Calves are cherished, never left behind. Brothers and sisters swim side by side, learning the family's dialect, a secret language of calls and clicks unique to their lineage. When pods meet, greetings are exchanged in complex choruses, a celebration of kinship and identity. Even in the vastness of the ocean, orcas remain bound to their family, their loyalty unwavering. For the fish, life is safety in numbers. Sardines and mackerel form immense schools, moving as one, each fish attuned to the slightest flicker of a neighbour's fin. Their unity is their shield, a living wall that confuses predators and protects the weakest. In these swirling masses, bonds are fleeting but vital, a dance of survival written in instinct. Here, beneath the waves, family is more than blood. It is the heart of survival. Whether in the playful leap of a dolphin calf or the guiding call of a matriarch orca, the ocean's greatest strength lies not in muscle or tooth, but in the invisible ties that hold its creatures together. In this watery world, to belong is to live, and to love is to endure. In the boundless blue, even the strongest families must face what nature brings. For dolphins, orcas, and the swirling schools of fish, danger is ever present, not just from tooth and claw, but from the unpredictable hand of the ocean itself. Storms roll across the surface, their fury reaching far below. Lightning splits the sky. Waves rise like mountains, churning currents that scatter pods and schools alike. Dolphins struggle to keep calves close, fighting against the pull of riptides and the chaos of the surge. For a lone calf separated from its pod, the ocean becomes a maze of fear and confusion, its signature whistle lost in the roar. For orcas, the shifting seasons bring change and challenge. Prey vanishes as fish migrate or disappear, driven by unseen forces in the deep. Hunger gnaws at the pod. Sometimes the matriarch must lead her family on perilous journeys across vast distances, guided only by ancient memory. Along these routes, rival pods may compete for scarce food, and the weak risk falling behind. The ocean's bounty is never guaranteed. Beneath the surface, predators lurk. Sharks and larger orcas always on the hunt. A flash of silver sends sardines scattering, their unity breaking for a heartbeat before reforming in a desperate bid for survival. Dolphins, too, must watch for the dark shapes below, ready to outmaneuver or outsmart their foes. Sometimes it is the cunning of another pod or the stealth of a lurking shark that brings the greatest threat. Disease can sweep silently through a pod or school, invisible yet deadly. A sick calf, ailing in the currents, may not survive the relentless pace of ocean life. For fish, a single infection can ripple through a school, thinning their numbers in days, and then there are the unseen dangers. The changes in temperature, the shifting currents, the silent rise and fall of salinity that can drive prey away or make familiar waters unlivable. These are the trials that no strength or loyalty can always overcome. Yet, in the face of every trial, dolphins leap, orcas call, and fish swirl in unison. Survival is a testament to resilience, a ceaseless dance with fate where every day brings new challenges and every bond is tested by the wild heart of the ocean. In the silent world beneath the waves, intelligence takes on forms as fluid and fascinating as the ocean itself. Here, dolphins, orcas, and even the tiniest fish reveal the astonishing power of their minds, shaped by the challenges of survival and the endless mysteries of the sea. Within a pod of dolphins, a puzzle unfolds. A school of fish darts into a labyrinth of coral, seeking refuge from hungry jaws. The dolphins pause, exchanging rapid clicks and whistles, an underwater conversation. In a flash, they fan out, working as one. Some drive the fish deeper, while others circle behind, blocking every escape route. With perfect timing, the pod creates a bubble net, trapping their prey in a shimmering prison of air. Success is not just strength, but strategy, learned, remembered, and refined over generations. Nearby, an orca pod faces a different test. Their prey, wily salmon, hide beneath sheets of drifting ice. The matriarch signals, and the family springs into action. They coordinate, pushing slabs of ice aside, plunging beneath to flush the salmon out. Each orca knows its role, responding to subtle cues, tail slaps, whistles, a brief touch of a fin. Their hunt is a masterpiece of teamwork, memory, and adaptation. Even the fish, often overlooked, show their own kind of cleverness. Sardines weave in perfect synchrony, forming shifting balls that confuse predators and shield the weakest. They sense the faintest vibration, the smallest change in light, reacting as one to threats. Their unity is a defense honed by the logic of survival, a living algorithm encoded in every scale. For dolphins and orcas, intelligence is more than survival. It is curiosity, solving puzzles for pleasure, inventing games with seaweed, and teaching young ones the tricks of the tide. It is empathy, comforting a distressed podmate, or sharing food with those in need. And it is memory, stories carried in songs and clicks passed down through families, echoing across the generations. Beneath the waves, the mind is as boundless as the sea itself. Every leap, every call, every shimmering school is a testament to the brilliance hidden in the blue, a silent genius that shapes the fate of the ocean's greatest creatures. Beneath the rolling blue, relationships weave a complex tapestry, one where dolphins, orcas, and fish are both allies and rivals in the endless drama of the sea. Here, every encounter is shaped by instinct, intelligence, and the ever-shifting needs of survival. A pod of bottlenose dolphins glides through the sunlit shallows, their eyes keen and curious. Above the coral, a silvery school of jacks flashes past, too wary to be caught, but not always the enemy. Sometimes these fish become unexpected partners. When dolphins herd prey into tight balls, fish like jacks and trevallies join the hunt, darting in to snatch a meal from the chaos. For a moment, predator and opportunist are bound by a shared goal, a fleeting alliance born of hunger. But deeper, in the cold shadow of the open sea, the rules shift. Here the orca reigns supreme. Apex predators, orcas command respect and fear from all around them, yet even these giants must navigate the intricate web of marine society. Orcas target fish schools with precision, working in unison to drive herring or salmon into dense spinning masses. Their thunderous tail slaps stun the fish, but nearby dolphins watch and learn, sometimes swooping in to pick off the stunned stragglers. In the wild ocean, competition is fierce, but knowledge is shared, each species adapting, evolving, and sometimes borrowing strategies from the other. Within the coral labyrinths, a quieter dance unfolds. Small fish shelter among the branches, darting away from hungry mouths. Dolphins, agile and clever, probe the nooks and crannies, using bursts of sonar to flush out hidden prey. The fish scatter, their unity briefly shattered, yet in their flight they may attract the attention of passing orcas, always watching for opportunity. These encounters are rarely simple. Sometimes dolphins protect fish schools from orcas, not out of kindness, but to keep future meals plentiful. At other times, orcas and dolphins clash, their calls echoing through the water, warnings, challenges, or perhaps negotiations in a language only they truly understand. Here, beneath the waves, every relationship is dynamic, a dance of competition, cooperation, and adaptation. Dolphins, orcas, and fish are not just hunter and hunted, but rivals, partners, and teachers. Their destinies are tangled, each action rippling through the food web, shaping the lives of all who call the ocean home. In this world without humans, the bonds and battles between these marine titans tell a story older than time of connection, conflict, and the relentless drive to survive.